darkest shadows. This love is do or die, but they don't care. I don't know why I do this to myself. It's not right, but I can't love no one else, no one else.
What is going on, Flesh and Blood players? I apologize for being a little late this evening. I had some Halloween festivities to finish taking care of. But we are back with another wacky wiki recap, whatever it is that we call this thing. Probably figure that out. But we have had one weekend's worth of Proquest. I was able to go to one of them. I had a good friend of mine whose wedding was on one of the days, and I felt like if I wouldn't have gone dead, I probably would have been kind of renounced from the family. But we were able to go to one of the Proquest and was able to make top 8. And man, the competition was pretty stiff there. But yeah, we do of course played Azalea. I'm gonna try to see if I can send my application to the Azalea cult. And this is what is now going to probably be referred to as the Justin Chu list. This is a list that I was working on and took it from Levi, kind of changed a couple things, and was playing around with some tar pit traps, but didn't know how I felt about them. And then when Justin won Calling Taipei, I was like, you know what? Obviously they're good. And I do think they are, but they never seem to do what I want them to do, but I do still think they're worth running. The question is really kind of what your meta is, and I did choose to play these on Sunday and ran into 2 Bravos, and I would have much rather them have been Fates versus, or a 3rd Sync and 2 Fates versus 3 tar pit traps. But you never know what the gem pairings are going to give you, so I guess there is that. But yeah, so on Sunday, our round 1 opponent was the notorious BIG, also known as Matt W, of Flesh and Blood, and he was on Lexi. Start off to a really strong turn. I think like after turn 1, we were sitting like 19, and he was at a pretty comfortable 36. But we were able to kind of started running the ledger train and then just keep it going with Nox and Codexes till the point that he really never had the turn from that point, and we whittled him down to where we were able to get the W. After that, we were paired into one of the 2 Bravos, and this Bravo was Lucas Vanagan, which I'm sure y'all have all heard on here on stream before multiple times. He's a very good Bravo player, and yeah, that on paper, I would say maybe the game looked close, but in playing it, it did not. I think he elected to take 4 to make it like 1-1 to send back a dominating, crippling crush to guarantee the victory. Yeah, the Bravo matchup just is really bad, and I think that maybe it's worse. I do think it's slightly worse with tar pits over Fate in another sync, but I don't know if it's worth running the Fates and the syncs. Tar pit does seem really good against Lexi. I just kind of have a sore spot in it right now, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So our 3rd match was against a Riptide running 24 defense reactions. And yeah, that was a pretty miserable matchup. I think we maybe were able to dominate like 1 arrow, which is probably because of me. I went with like more of a go wide strategy. And haven't played a lot of games in the Riptide, but I was pretty concerned about Buzzsaw Trap and just getting blown out. In retrospect, maybe it would have been better just to get blown out the one time and then continue with the game plan of like dominating and just killing Riptide. But we were able to get the victory out. I ended up having a major misplay and almost losing that game where I codexed for a 1-cost arrow thinking that I had a resource floating, and then after we did the math later on, I did not have a resource floating, so I was unable to shoot the arrow. But luckily, it being an arsenal allowed me to kill him the next turn. So, but yeah, that definitely was a uh-oh moment that got me super concerned. After that, into round 4, we had another Bravo, and we barely skated this out in our turn after time with the Rain Razors. He was at 2 life, gave us like a 8 block, and then we Rain Razors to 10. You couldn't do anything. So that was fingers crossed. We did have like the Rain Razors Bolton Shot turn coming up. We had actually not seen any of our Rain Razors up to that point. Well, we had seen them, hadn't played any of the Rain Razors up to that point. And we just ran out of time before we could get there. Oh, this Christmas song is like totally bothering me. But I think round 5 was against Taylor on Lexi, and it was one of the most interesting games I've ever played, where we both blocked a lot, really didn't feel like we did much of anything, and then I'd read in the ledger him, and he would warmong me, and at the end of the day, the game ended, and he was the victor. It was a very different game. There was no monumental swings. We just kind of both went down incremental damage together. And I can't remember if he Rain Razors to kill me or something, but it was, you know, a very close game. Things did not seem to go the right way for us. Literally every time we read in the ledger to him, he would just warmong and then basically read in the ledger us, because we would end up like arsenaling off a ponder and having a pump in arsenal. The unfortunate drawback of ponders, but it's a part of life. Then our top 8 match, we played another teammate, Andrew, who was on Lexi, and I'm not gonna lie, I made another massive misplay, which pretty much cost me the game. And that's where Tar Pit Trap kind of comes in. He said blue infecting for 3 with go again, and we threw a Tar Pit Trap in front of it, and he Rain Razors it, and then went into Endless Arrows. So our Tar Pit Trap still blocked for 5, theoretically, but it didn't stop the Endless Arrow trigger, and then we ended up having to take the Endless Arrow, which we shouldn't have, because he snapped Voltaired and shot us with the Endless Arrow again. That was a pretty big misplay on our part, but we had in hand like a Rabble, a Lace with Frailty, a Lace with Inertia, and Remorseless and Arsenal. So at the time I was thinking, cool, we'll take the 6, he has a Ponder, he's going to draw and then just have 2 cards to only one of them he can Arsenal. But I had completely forgotten about snaps, and it was very, very punishing. And like I said, I think that was like turn 1, so I ended up at like 24 life while he was still at 40, and we just couldn't make back up that disparity there. But all in all, at least we lost to a teammate, and then another teammate ended up going and winning the Proquest, Lucas Bannigan, so shout out to him on Bravo. He played a heck of a night. Like I said, our game wasn't even close, and I know that was the case for some other games that he played. So, without further ado, I guess we can talk quickly about the current meta. As we do know, Lexi has LL'd, but unfortunately won't be affecting this Proquest season. But the plus thing is that we will no longer having to deal with her for Worlds or Post. I do think that we're going to still be seeing a lot of Lexis. I was surprised with as many Bravos as what I saw at the Proquest. With that being said, I think 3 or 4 of those players were like teammates. So I don't know how many people outside the team will be on Bravo. I think Bravo is in a really good space right now for anybody who wants to play Bravo. But yeah, that matchup for Azalea is just really bad. I don't think it's worth playing Fates and a 3rd sync. I do think Tar Pit is better. I think it improves your Lexi matchup by a larger margin than what it decreases your Bravo matchup. And then more importantly, your Bravo matchup is already a fundamentally lower percentile win matchup. So I think running tar pits improves your percentage into a lot of heroes. And to me, it's like I would rather accept the fact that my Bravo matchup is meh, and we're gonna have to try to get a lot of things lined up correctly, and hope that they make some misplays that we can kind of get extra incremental points on, versus having kind of a sync fate that kind of gel us out, but it's still got to line up perfectly. Like I said, I think overall just tar pit is a better place. So that to me is kind of the Choose special. I guess that's how you pronounce his last name. Don't really know. But that is it. I've been a big fan. They don't tend to stop what I think they're going to stop. And again, to reiterate, the final or quarterfinal, whatever match it was in top 8 that I played against Andrew, I wanted to stop the endless arrow trigger. I was very excited to stop the endless arrow trigger, and he played around it with the rain razors to make me stop the infecting shot trigger. Yeah, I got 2 extra points of value out of it, but stopping the endless arrow trigger would have gotten us 7 extra points of value out of it. So I think if you go in with the mindset that it is going to give you incremental value, but not necessarily give you the value that you're hoping to deny, because they can play around with certain things, especially I think Lexi, maybe not as much so Atsu and Urzuri. But I do think Lexi's going to probably play around it pretty well. But that was a lot of talking. Let's play some games of Flesh and Blood. See if I can remember how to do this. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I don't think I ever say that, but we are more than happy to answer questions for you. If it's something that I do not know the answer to, then we'll find it out. And I don't know a lot. Case in point, I still haven't figured out exactly what I want to board into Teklo. I'm thinking that it's currently right to run everything except for defense reactions, but I don't know if it's right to run sigils either. So I'm thinking probably run everything except for tar pits, sigils, and sink blows. We'll see how this goes. I've habitually found that this matchup is pretty good for Zelia. Fabricate seems to be a really good card that you need to kind of keep in mind. But yeah, I feel like this matchup so far, from what I've seen of it, has been slightly one-sided to a Zelia favor. But we'll see. There's an important thing to mention about, which I think probably at this point in time everybody kind of knows, but any temper armor, if you're drill shotting it and it has the one under temper, and you put the drill shot trigger and they were to block with it, and they get the 2 triggers, then it will pop on that combat chain, which is super important to know against heroes like Teklo. So I think we're gonna say pitch this to load a searing shot. Ugh. We're gonna go get a drill shot, baby. If I had the extra resource, I'd totally put it on there, but I don't think it's worth pitching this Arsenal card for 1 extra point. We know he's going to give us a 3 block. We know. So we should hopefully still get 1 point through and be able to put a secondary counter on the Steel Soul Tower, which will prevent him from blocking with it again until he evos it. I think if I had a resource loading, I probably just would have went with like Remorseless or something since he had an Arsenal. Just to try to get some extra damage in. This is a weird hand. So, I think we just take 7 here. It's a little unfortunate that we didn't see an arrow, but at least we're going to be able to arsenal the lace. So we're going to say lace, lace, seek and destroy, pitch CNC to the death dealer with no activation. We're going to Azalea and then bring in the codex. Big number, good things. Shoot another drill shot. I think this also like decentivizes him instant speeding Teklo for the Evo Still Soul. Because then we just put another counter on it. And we lock him out of 2 armor pieces until he upgrades. Feels fairly good. This blocking one was so confused. Like we should be able to put -1. Broken. Nope. He said I don't like that. I think I'm less concerned if he blocks it, but there's a couple of like very bursty. We're gonna go and put this on just in case he like fabricates or something weird. There's a couple of really weird bursty lists for Tekla that uses a lot of boost. So this seems slightly more concerning, but I still think that's a wrong play. I mean, because that's 13, 15, 17 value that he's got to try to make up here. 060 is a good card though. We're gonna take. Also think that I probably should have run maybe Purge. No, because it gets +3. I was gonna say I think it's better to run probably snaps than this. That's not right for me. So we can lace. Well, we'll see what's on top. We may bring in something else, but probably lace. Load the Remorseless with CNC. And then read to see what's on top after we draw. And then Tunic Remorseless, more than likely. It's like gives them a resource, right? Yeah. We tech load, gonna play the Still Soul Processor. He's got arms, like he's assembling Megazord very quickly. Pretty concerning. I mean, definitely if he singularities this early in the game, turn 3, I think we lose. It would have to at least be next possible turn. But I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him pitch 4 for the Still Soul controller. War Machine. So he has 2 or more, so it's just 6, and this is the one that destroys Arsenal. So we block 6, and then we can E-strike for 7. Or we can block 6, play Lace. I think that's right, because that's 8 with the non-hit, right? So Lace, hit Tunic for Death Dealer, load, see what we draw, pitch one of the cards, either the reader or the card we draw. Yeah. Yeah, so each strike would be 7, this will be 8. And I'm not concerned about Teklo playing like Warmongers, so. Bam, 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 bam. See what's on top. Our rabble. We're gonna put that on bottom. Play the Lace. Activate Tunic, Death Dealer. Yeah, and then we will pitch this battering bolt for that Arsenal to read. So yeah, this is infinitely better than blocking with the Remorseless and the CNC and then E-striking for 7. But this would not have been possible without using Tunic, but I think this gives us 14 points of value plus 2 on hits. So I'm not used to 4 blocks being in part of the defense thing. I keep thinking it's switched to reactions. Dun, dun, dun. And block. Where did he? Oh, spends a real top card every deck if it's an Evo put on top. So he sent the Evo upgrade Saw thingy to the bottom. So preferred line here is we'll cross wrap, see what's on top, but then we're probably gonna play the read, load the Bolt and Shot, pitch in the Codex. Then we're gonna knock, reload the red in the ledger, and go get an arrow. That'll be dependent upon what the Arsenal, which is nothing. So we're really just gonna go damage. It's important to remember that he's got what 1 4 block, so we'd have to go. If we're gonna dominate, we've got to be at least 8. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what's on top. Aspire sniping. We'll leave that on top. Read, or you still got Aspire sniping on top, which is fine. We're going to pitch the Codex into the Bolt and Shot. Shoot the Bolt and Shot. So he should be incentivized to block 7 here at least to prevent us from reloading. Because he thinks it's basically going to end our turn. We can do some shenanigans with like E-strikes and stuff like that. We're more often going to see like 7 block, which is fine. Because now we're going to say, hey, cool, thanks for doing that. Thanks for giving us your armor. knock, and we're gonna reload this red in the ledger after we get a acting shot. Alright, he's gonna be able to block one. So if he had a mech, if he's got the block in hand, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say if he's got the block card, then he gets around it, but I don't think it's worth bracing yet. And I don't think it's worth using. I'd rather have Spire Sniping in Arsenal. He like specifically has to have a D-React, which I don't think they're usually running Sync Blows or Fates. So he has to have like the Mechanologist block card. Or he can block. Cool. Take 7. So we have a pretty clunky hand. I'm pretty incentivized to like the answer of blocking Syringe. For a couple of reasons. One, it gives us a Codex target, which I guess if we played it, it'd possibly get Codex target too. But if we we cross wrap into a buff, which looks like we're probably going to. So I'll show you. We'll cross wrap into a buff, bring it in, and then we're going to load this Bulb Shot. Play the read. We know it's a red in the ledger on top. Actually going to bottom this. I probably should have bottom. It's like a minor optimization there. Because we're looking for a buff. Yay, we got a buff. So yeah, we're gonna play this buff. Because we're gonna get a Ponder token off of it. There's the Fabricate Jits. Block 3, 6. And I'm pretty sure this is from hand. No, it's not. He blocks that, it dies. Okay. Yeah, so that's why we put the Drill Shot on there earlier, by the way. Is for that exact reason. We might slightly get punished because of the Fabricate and not have an Arsenal. We might have should have kept the pre-made around. But we can't really play around the Fabricates. It's important to note that he does have an Evo on. Throttle. So we have a Remorseless in Arsenal. We're gonna keep this. And the reason why I think it's right to keep this is one, we've got a pretty good health lead. Not that we should squander it. But secondarily, that we could arsenal this sleep type card more than likely. We might pop perch peppers. This is why I think snaps is definitely better in this matchup. We'd have a much better line. Snaps. But okay, there we go. We'll bring in the search and destroy. Seek and destroy. Sorry. And we're going to see what we draw off of the sleep dart here. Let's Deadeye, Lace, and then use Tunic. So this sleep dart will be coming in for like 14. It's pretty big. Oh, fabricate. This fabricate's not going to be as good though because you can't block with the Steel Soul processor or the Steel Soul tower. So, yeah, I mean, that's why I think the drill shot's really important in this game. I actually was looking at taking, not that I think that Tekla is like super prevalent, but I was actually looking at taking drill shots to a lower count and looking at other things. Since Oldham was out of the picture. This hand is interesting. Let's see what we get. It's a pre-med. Well. It's a really interesting point where I wanted to... I don't feel lucky. I guess maybe if I was a gambling man, we could play the pre-med by Azalieing it in, which is probably what we're gonna do anyways. But if we got a blue, then that's 4 less damage, which seems bad. It's a terrible arsenal. But, which, speaking of which, by the way, this knock would have been the second thing, so we would have lost 4 points. So, we will arsenal this rabble. Man, if we would have drawn into another rabble though, premium. We're gonna bottom this, play this rabble. Bitch. Yeah, see. We were looking for a pump, and so, I mean, we felt pretty good since the battering bolt was on top. If we bottomed it, we would probably get a pump. Arsenal this, get the thing. The unfortunate thing is that we don't have any more 0 cost arrows except for a bolt and shot. Do we have red bolt and shots left? Yeah. 2. If he fabricates, he can't really do anything, so. I normally would have gotten like a 1-drop arrow, but because we can, if he wants to do something kind of shenanigan, so we can take a card out of his hand. Yay, we beat Teklo. Oh no, I've lost my decks. Oh no! Let's see who we get next. Let's see. Let's go. It's a Bravo. It's a very interesting thing. Alright, Bravo, we're still just running all the cards. So he's gonna try to get slightly more. So. Anyone does first, which is unfortunate. I think that anything is gonna be a waste out of these hands. So we're gonna pitch this E-Strike, the Death Dealer, not load an arrow, Arsenal Displace, and pass turn. Man, that's unfortunate. So we block 3. We discard 2 cards, can't do anything on our turn. If we don't block, yeah, you saw that right, Kevin, right? I mean, so far he's living up to it. That's all I'm gonna say. If we block 3, we discard 2 cards, can't do anything. If we don't block, we discard 2 cards. We can shoot back 7, which feels right. So we'll discard the CNC and the battering bolt. We'll play the cross wrap. See a lace with frailty. Play the lace with inertia, pitch. And then shoot the bolt and shot for 7. This does suck because it's one of our 9 bolt and shots for the bolt and shot combo. And obviously reds are better. But I think that if we don't try to match him in tempo, then we lose the game a lot quicker. So it's gonna give us civic steps. I mean, we're happy with it. Okay, interesting. So is this guy just playing fatigue with Anathos? It's like swinging hammer, man. All right. Dang, all these. Losing this race so far. Quite bad. So we're gonna block 3. I forgot we got quicken. Oh dang, that's sad. That's fine. pitch the Bolton shot for the drill shot, pre-med, drill shot. I think that there's like a couple, well, there's a lot of really important things I think to remember about Bravo, and I'm not a professional Azalea, especially when it comes into Bravo, but I do think it's important that we match his tempo. If we don't, then we end up getting stuck in like the Bravo loop. I think it's better to put on Crater Fist because that's a 3-block. And we're gonna arsenal this Spire Sniping in case he mongs us. That's not a mong, kinda. 10. So we just block 6. We have to. No if and buts about it. And then we hope to see something on the top between these two. If we Azalea the red, then we shoot for 8. He can block 2, 4, 5, 8. So nothing's gonna come through. So that's not gonna be the preferred. Again, we should have probably put the cement together. We probably should have put the red on top and sit to the bottom because we're gonna be drawing it off with a ponder, which isn't going to be as good as what we would like. But we'll give him a Rain Razor, so we still have 2 more in the deck. We'll play the Seek and Destroy, and then we're gonna Codex into a drill shot. Wait, I didn't mean to click Tunic. Broken. Oh, I got us with Starstruck. I thought that we blocked. Oh my god. Broken. GG's, that's probably the game. That is not good. Yeah, so see, now he's gonna be able to put us into this, like, we give him our hand thing. Dang. Three, 6, and then we'll tar pit for 9. Stupid Starstruck. I'm not thinking about that. Yeah, fucking. I thought that we blocked it out. I forgot that it's for 10. Still did one more. See what's on top. That's fine. Ugh. At least we'll get some block out of this. I guess not. Because I don't care. I'm playing my arsenal. Oh, that was a misplay. Block plating. It's the last 3 block you have. This hand is Garbo. So we're going to give you at least 5. Nope, that'll be the same situation. So and then we'll tar pit trap you. Only crush effects were on hits. Be broken. So at this point in time, I feel kind of behind. We've only really been able to do like vanilla damage the last 2 turns, but he doesn't have an arsenal, so it's kind of okay. He's not going to be able to pummel this. I think we give him a sleep dart. It just doesn't matter. We'll just leave it. Draw a card. So if he has another kind of off turn here, then I think we'll be in a pretty good place. Nope. So it's probably CNC pummel, but he just arsenal that. So it's a possibility it's not, but we haven't seen any pummels. So it seems likely. We block 6, it destroys both. We end up just like sigilling and lose a card from hand. Yeah. Matchup is good. So, I mean, if he pummels us, he puts us to 7. Right? I mean, that's just damage, so I think we take it. But if on our turn, yeah, I think we just take this. That's fine. Put us to 7. We'll draw this off the pre-med, so it seems pretty good. Gonna pitch this Bolden shot for the infecting shot. Oh, we draw it off the tar pit trap, that's right. I mean, off the death dealer. Eat. Definitely a couple minor optimization. Well, one like major display. A couple decent displays. We're gonna raise this. And we're gonna arsenal this. So he's gonna go into a spinal. Here's a 16. So we say no blocks on this. Take the 7. Just probably. Wait, he didn't spinal us? I'm confused as to why he didn't spinal us. He's gonna arsenal the spinal and try to dominate an extra. No, he didn't even. I guess he didn't have the resources. I thought he had a surge pop. Oh, that's one more resource. Let's block, and then we'll carpet trap from arsenal. Take 1. We're in danger. Activate tunic. Activate death dealer. To load this here infecting shot, we'll say pre-med. I mean, he's gonna dominate a spinal ass next turn, right? That's the plan. So he's gonna want to keep as many cards in hand. So let's pop bracers. Eh. Infecting, pitching the seek and destroy. No, okay. Say, is he on the spinal away? Because that seems. Well, I don't want to play this Citra yet because I want to make sure it hits. Okay. Okay, so our turn is not terrible. We give him 3, 4, 5, take 4. And we basically, because we're not going to be able to present lethal, we'll just swing back a CNC. And then I'm sure that he's going to dominate something and kill us. Yep. There it is, boys and girls. Don't have searing shot, take 5. Even if we had the last sigil, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, so I feel like it'd been a completely different game, but if we would have remembered Text on Starstruck. So I thought that it didn't what's up, my man? I thought that it didn't I thought it was not equal to, so because we were shooting a drill shot for 4, we took 4. But no, that's not the way that works. Vincent, like one of the only heroes we want to go first against. Yeah, that was a major setback because that would have been a drill shot for 10, and we got nothing out of it and wasted 2 buffs. So, yeah, that was bad. Especially considering we could have completely redone the turn with, instead of flipping a red in the ledger, flipping a codex, flipping a red in the ledger, and being able to dominate like 8 to his face and done something. Sad panda. Let's pitch it for an infecting shot. Well, interesting. Well, I know what we do. We go get a red in the ledger. Bring it over. No. Play the read the glide path. We're going to bottom that and shoot the red in the ledger for 8 dominate. Give us that sweet, sweet equipment turn 0. Or only do 1 action. Did not give me that 8. I'm not afraid. Okay. Take that 4. I can't spell Vincent. It's 2 ends. He's gonna take 1. Seems like a pretty good 1 action. Let's see what's on top. A rabble. So as it is right now, we have pretty solid turn where we get to say yeah, so we're gonna leave this on top. We're gonna read, it's gonna be the same thing, into the bolt and shot for 6. Which they will probably full block. If they don't, incidentally, we just don't reload. Pitch the Deadeye to Death Dealer, Red and Ledger. And then, yeah, G Red and Ledger. Yay, there's the 6. Shadow of Ursa. Oh, it makes me think of the great times with Chain. So load the Red and Ledger. We're gonna ravel to see what's on top. Maybe it's another ravel. And then we're gonna Red and Ledger for 5. This says, give me your hand, or give me a card and some equipment, or 2, 4, 5. Give me all of your equipment, basically. Cool. And then we want to arsenal this, because he's going to widespread destructionist, and then we'll play this in response. Yeah. Make him think he's getting value. Shadow puppetry. Into Demigod? Maybe? This is the one that's Arsenal, right? Yeah. So I'm interested that T did not play the Demigod first. So is it worth blocking 7, which I can't do efficiently? We know the Demigod's going to come in for 4. So we do have a hand that's pretty good. So we're gonna have, like, let's say 3. And then we're gonna pitch the bolt and shot to load with Death Dealer into the Red and Ledger. And hope that we draw a ball. I think that's the line to say, like, I feel pretty ahead right now. He's gonna Bounding Demigod for 4, more than likely. Maybe he saves it and just Well of Agonies us. I get a chance to respawn before you close the chain. Just want to make sure. Let's see. Pick the 4, 28, and then now we're going to pitch bolt and shot for the Red and the Ledger. Got a Deadeye. Let's see what's on top of the rail. It's not. So we could knock for 5. That's not really. Yeah, I'm gonna Azalea Command and Conquer. Pitching the knock. And then we'll load this Deadeye. So we ended up taking 7 plus, well, we were at 40, so what, 12? Yeah. Represent 10. So, well, we gained 3 back, so I guess we've got 13 points of value. I guess it's okay. That was not the trade that we were looking for. That's what happens when you gamble. Doesn't get go again. What's the other? I guess not a widespread. Let's take the rune chance. 7. We have 2 arrows. So we'll block 3. Take 4. Let's cross wrap on top. See what's there. Golden shot. Interesting. This kind of changes things. So we're gonna leave it on top. Play the pre-med. Azalea into the Bolton shot. Seven on hit ponder. On hit reload. So now, regardless of what he does, we get to activate Death Dealer with Deadeye, shoot the Remorseless. Possibly play another buff, but we'll probably, well, if yes, give us the sweets. I don't know why you're giving it to us, but give it to us. No reactions from me. Reduce. Oh, the Remorseless. Yeah, no, we're gonna rabble 3, and then we should be drawing, creating a ponder that, and then Remorseless for 5. Pre-med broken sometimes. That was what, 5, 8, 14? Medium. Just took that. No fear in this dojo. Alright, so I'm really interested as to why he did that. Because this is going to be for 5. We're going to give him somewhat no. So I know it has go again. He's going to make some rune chance, but like So we give him a read and an E strike. Right, because we're not gonna not block the mobs, guys. A Flells. I'm okay taking this flow. Take one, you'll get a rune chant. 2 more rune chants, which means next turn you're gonna widespread me for free. I get that. I plan on basically be. So let's say E-Strike, rock hard. We're gonna draw the rain. We'll snap, play the rain, go get a red in the litter, I guess. Maybe a remorseless actually. See what he does here. So we're not going to be able to flip the remorseless, so it's just better to do red. Tunic. The question is, we're coming up for 7. Do we just pop tracers? I think that's a win more thing. I don't think it's worth it. Reduce, no. Well, we would have got 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a lot. We lose our arsenal. And garbage. Okay. Rather not lose my arsenal, whatever else, so it doesn't matter. I think we block 3. Load or remorseless. Now he has no rune chance. No armor, so I feel pretty. We'll see. Pitch the sleep dart for the remorseless. Oh, bracers. Told you, knew it. It happens every time. It makes me cry. Makes me cry every time. Probably would have been better to start Arsenal the Razor, but sorry. Pissed off. It's fucking blue. Stupid blue. Yeah, the Ring Razors would have gotten more value off this turn, but it's okay. That's fine. He's playing Bounding Demigon. He can't give it go again or anything. Take the 3. We're gonna pitch Infecting Shot for this blue bolt shot. Give him a Seek and Destroy into a blue bolt and shot for 5. Tell him to give us 2 cards, and then Codex into Probably a searing shot. We'll see what he's got. Let's see. Let's see. Doing pretty good tonight. We placed a, what was it first? A Teklo. Won that game. We played a Bravo. We punted it pretty hard. We made a pretty big misplay into a Starstruck where we thought the tech said equal. But no, it's definitely less than, so we couldn't play a drill shot for 4. And then now we're playing this Vincent, who is trying to decide if they want to give us 2 cards or not. Trap is, it doesn't really matter. I think the thing you definitely don't do, though, is give me a 3 block and take 2. Oh yeah, I guess that's fine. Maybe we'll see. Yeah. And we're gonna play Lace into Codex. And I think we get a searing shot here. It'll be coming for 7, so he's gonna give us probably 2 cards in Tunic. We don't have any floating. Yeah. So we get searing shot. Let's see if we get lucky. Get a drill shot on top of the deck? No. We will keep that though. So I anticipate we'll get 2 cards in Tunic, and then we'll be able to time walk with a 5-card hand. Oof! Get a 2 block in hand. I think it's just game. I forget Vincent has 2 blocks. Choose card to Arsenal. Yeah, I think it's just game. Good game. Whee! Alright. Let's play our 4th game of the night, see what happens. Icelander. We know what to do here. Sometimes, questionably. Let's see. Nope, let's do it. So we're definitely gonna pitch Death Dealer. That's red in the ledger. Is he getting Storm Striders already? Do it. Do it. Chicken. I might would just concede. Dang. There's a real world here where I might rain this red. It keeps us off of Arsenal, but it keeps Icelander off of Arsenal. Yes, I will. He's not very happy. Does not understand why. So I mean, so we get 2 points of value. You can only play 1 action, which doesn't necessarily matter with Icelander, but more importantly, we're keeping him up on Icelander. This man wants to talk about things. Unfortunately, we didn't draw a very like punishing hand for this, but so be it. We just take this 7, present him with as much damage as possible this next turn, which hopefully will be fairly decent if our rivals are good. Channel Oblique Expanse, interesting. We will read this. So he's gonna get like some obvious information, but it's okay. Like the only way that he can stop it is the Storm Stridering. Now he does get to change his blocks differently, but if he wants to take all this damage, okay with that. We took 7 to present 8 plus 7. Yeah. So what is that? 15? No, 16, because it'll be 8 and 8. And we got a channel out of it? Seems good. Choose if you want to put name counter on there. No. Had to read. It is unfortunate it's the second turn that we're like not having an arsenal, but I'm not as worried about it because we are going to be going into a Tunic Death Dealer turn. So it's kind of like having an arsenal, but not really. I'll take this. Or an FP. Choose if you want to pay 1 to avoid discarding. I think we excuse me. Yes, and we will pitch a bulge. A pitch for this blue bulge shot. It seems like a really weird time to cold snap me, but this is not gonna log out my arsenal. So basically we're just getting a frostbite. Can we just respond with Tunic? That way we can go get a 2-cost arrow. So you can freeze my arsenal. There's nothing in it. I think that was kind of a misplay there. Oh man, this hand's rough. I think we I want to say that I value the drill shot here more. Because I get to put... I guess that's probably wrong. So one's going to be 6 points of value, and the infecting shot would have been 7. Well, I guess they're both technically 7 when you put the aim counter on it. This is going to be incentivized to block with armor, which is going to make it 5. No, it would be 6, sorry. No, it's going to make it 5, and we're going to put 1 point on something, which will make it 6. It's fine, we'll take the win. It's important to note that I do not feel ahead at all in this game. One Aetherized Vein. This is just for 7. So... Oh, man. I really want to take over E line, so let's see how it turns out for us. Let's cross route. Let's cross route. Let's cross route. Try it again. Yeah, there's a channel. Beef. That's not terrible for us. Let's think. We want this on top or bottom. We're not probably going to draw it. We're going to say Deadeye for 3. Nope, not going to be able to. So Read for 2. Remorseless for 2. Arsenal to Travel is where we are. So let's bottom that. We'll Read for 2. Sure. Remorseless for 8. And then Arsenal. Oh. He pretty much has to take this 8 if he wants to keep channeling around. I guess he could block 6. Waning Moon for 3, we'll take it. Choose if you want to fit in the Discord, blah 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 blah. Our start to Rabble, so we can say Rabble for 1. Channel stays around. No, Kevin, help me, teach me how to beat Icelander. Rebel. It's for a death dealer. Loader remorseless. And do nothing. Do nothing. There's nothing we can do. I will not choose to pick. We will AV1. Dang! And channel stays around again. Based. Oh! I think it's our first blue we've seen this game. Which is not very good. I think we this. Bring us around. It'd be a lot better if we could get rid of this channel. We just die here, maybe? I think we do if he had emerges is 4. So no, we'll be alive with 1 life. But he's not gonna risk it. We're gonna take this. Go to 4. OP pop Storm Striders. No, you won't. Findles goes away. Channel goes away.
Just another night, no sleep. Staring at the wall again. Always know that I'm in deep. When I start ignoring all my friends. I don't even know the problems. So how am I supposed to solve them? Still I'm drinking like it stops them. I feel too much and nothing at all. Lately, I feel a little crazy. I wish someone could save me now. I can't take these emotions, damn these emotions lately. Now I don't even know.
We're gonna use strike for 7. No, because if we say draw a card, he's just gonna kill me or try to kill me in response to it if he can. I mean, we can only AV2, so like there's only so much we can do. Sad. It's the same guy. I'll happily play a rematch. I still think that, I don't know, maybe it was wrong to Rain Racers the turn 0, right in the ledger to keep him off of Arsenal. This seems stronger than us having an Arsenal. Because then we still had a fairly decent follow-up turn where we presented like 16 damage to him. It's just that then he played Channel and we had an all red hand, which was so I don't think it's the same guy. I think the other guy started with like a W or something. So we get this guy. 1, 2. What is this? Can we just E-strike 5, go again into Bolden Shot for 9, Arsenal the CNC? That seems bad. You just sent CNC for 6, but then that seems bad. Shoot, man. I'm afraid that if we do that, we just get blown out by a frostbite. If we E-strike CNC into knock, so screw it. Let's just Command and Conquer for 6. Possibly 9 points of value if they have a thing. Let's see. Hopefully they can't play it. Ha. Interesting. Gives us 1 block. I mean, so like 100% we AB2 this. Then we AB1 this. And then I shake my head in confusion as to what just happened. Or what? Okay. That is in fact a thing that you can do. I am in fact going to punish you. All these buffs. Like, I don't know, maybe the it's win, Warmongers. guy plays out his arsenal and lets me pitch these cards. That'd be great. I wonder what's in a Wonder Ball. No, I mean, so maybe I still think it's better to present the 4 and 5 using snaps on a Warmonger's turn. Like, I mean, I think we lost him. Man, I'm getting tired. I'm old. It's 10:30. It's 2 hours past my bedtime. Welcome, friends. If you're joining the chat for the first time, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Wherever down below is, somewhere there, everywhere. We're here every Tuesday. I'm not going to say every. We try to be here every Tuesday at 8:30 till whenever. Sometimes it's just myself playing random Flesh and Blood heroes. Sometimes it's a band of merry misfits. But we do like to play Flesh and Blood. We really enjoy the game. We do what we can to get out and teach people how to play. Sometimes it might feel like the blind leading the blind, but hey, what do you know? This person is thinking very hard. This is our second Icelander for the night. The first one we lost. It was not really close. We got behind in that game pretty quickly and was unable to recuperate. We had a channel for, what, 3 turns? And we kept drawing reds? Huzzah! We are victorious in this one. Alright, we'll see if we can find one more game. It was going to be my last one, because we're hit the 2-hour mark. And I should probably go to bed. But you know what? I don't want to leave on an easy win. So what we're going to do is cross our fingers and hope that we see Riptide. That way we can have a very complicated win. And you think I'm joking, but I'm not. I've never sweated more in a game than playing this past weekend against a Riptide with 24D reacts. It was terrifying. No, we can't find anyone. Did Alashar go down? Let's see if we can join a Max game. There we go. We'll play Max. Let's go second. I think we just play Dash. Basically, right? Don't care about on hits. Ooh, I think Sleep Dart's probably better than I think Sleep Dart's like relevant against Max. I don't think it's better than Remorseless. Maybe it's better than Infecting Shot. We'll try it. Let's see. Let's gamble. Dang. That's one pistol. This is gonna be like a Nitro Mech Max. Let's give him 6 block. Probably should have kept one of those. I feel like we're gonna get attacked again, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I technically found. What did we? Hyperdriver, Tekla Foundry Heart. Another. Oh, he played a Hyperdriver. There we go. All on the same page now. Cool. Sleep Dart. Load a red in the ledger. Seek and destroy. Red and the Ledger Freight. Give me some of this sweet, sweet equipment that is all battle worn, so isn't gonna matter. What the heck? Interesting. Wait, did he play a throttle? I'm so confused. I guess he took it back. No, I don't know what's going on anymore. We're gonna throw 3 in front of this. Because we have way too many arrows in our hand. Lace into this Bolton shot, and then we're gonna load this drill shot and shoot. And the reason why we're not gonna load the sleep dart is because then we'd have to pitch the Bolton shot that we drop, and we want to arsenal that. Arsenaling cards is important. I guess he's running rainbow thingies. What do you call those things? Hyperdrivers. I'm literally looking at the card. How could I not remember? Full ball to turn. That's what we want to do. I feel like every time I get a command and conquer, my opponent has no arsenal. And it's so devastating to me. Like, 'cause this line would be so good right now. So we're gonna Deadeye. Off a tunic, I guess. Seek and destroy. Bolton shot for 9. If he gives us his hand, which he won't. I feel like this line's really bad, actually. Okay. Interesting. Alright, I think we can finally do something. Seek, pre-med, knock. Get a red. No. Let's do a Zelia thing. Finally. Turn 4 of the game. Let's finally do a Zelia things. This is like the best of the Zelia things right here. Take 8, lose your hand, give me an arsenal. I like it. Give it all. Interesting. So As it is right now, our best line is probably... So we're going to 2-5 rabble E-strike. Maybe. Let's see. I like the lights is better. Kind of. It's lace. Pitching this Deadeye, loading a bolt and shot. Yeah, it's a 5 into the rabble, into an E-strike for 5 draw card. Seems good. Let's go. We do have snaps out for only Arsenal Red Ledger, but it's by far the worst arrow snaps. Man, these hands be wild. Alright, let's do it again. Lace. This time, pitching the Bolton shot. Or the red Bolton shot. To get another red Bolton or yellow Bolton shot. Into the red. Let them block 7. Then we will rabble. Tunic, CNC, Arsenal Bolton shot. Three for a Codex. Seems good. Glad we didn't Brazers here. Oh, plus 2 from the Blood Rot box. Forgot that. Yeah, 7, what, 13, 15, 16, 17. Not bad. Double Codex? The hell do we do with that? No. Because, I mean, we have a couple of different lines here. I think our best line is going to be... Oh, you played a third hyperdriver. Is he going to Nitro Mech us? He is. It's fine, we'll take 6. With Overpower! It's a blue Bolton. So we want to bottom this because it's going to get discarded. Pre-med into the yellow Bolton shot. If they, well, either way, we're going to end up playing this shot. Death Dealer pitching the Codex, loading this Bolton shot. Place into this Bolton shot for 5. Codex. Let's go get drill shot, or we have one floating, so I guess a red ledger's the best thing we can get. Interesting. Now I gotta pay attention for a second. So he swings for 5. We take 5. What did he get? There's almost twin drive. Probably should have taken 5 here. I think I'm being slightly overzealous with my hand, but I think we can. We'll see what's on top. I think. Oh, we got lucky. Okay. Let's searing shot. Oh wait, wrong thing. I wanted to pitch. Sorry, pitch the sleep dart. Load the searing shot. E-strike 5. Go again. And we'll shoot searing shot for 7. Pop snaps Codex searing shot for 4. Maybe with. Let's see what he does. I figured he could take this. Shoot 7. He's gonna block this. Still takes 2 cards out of his hand or a defense reaction, which would be very unlikely. So snaps. Codex. Shot. I got drill shot because if he blocks with a nitro mech, we blow it up. But I mean, like, I don't know, it seems like a good turn for him. Maybe I should have bracers there. Probably should. I mean, it only would have been 1 more, so it would have been fine. Double high octane turn. Wind drive double boosting? It gets 4 action points. This puts us to 14. may just die here. Twin drive broken. Frailty broken. I don't think it matters. I think we die here. I mean, I guess okay dying to double high octane. There's nothing we can do about it. Good game. Double high octane broken. If we would have had another blocking card in our hand, we would have been fine. But yeah, double high octane, absolutely broken. Well, guys, there you seen it here first. Just construct the mech, double high octane, and eat people's face. That's all you gotta do. Just win. So. Alright, friends. Well, we hope you enjoyed the games tonight. I think we actually ended up being negative tonight, which is a first for a while. But it happens. We learned a lot. We learned double high octane's broken. We learned that Starstruck is the not equal to, I'll do it again, is greater than the damage dealt, not equal to. And we learned that channel like Frigid is still broken when you keep it around for 3 turns. But no, overall, good games tonight, and we hope to see you again soon.